Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Hello, good morning. Baba generally says that we are weak in our subject of meditation, of yoga. And that we are weak in this subject. So should I finally speak in Hindi or English? So I should switch back again to English? Tutti-frutti English, okay. So what I was saying was, this is what Baba generally has been saying. These are the general remarks about our weakness in the practice of yoga. And we will all agree by this. There is no one perhaps who will say, no, my yoga practice is very good. I am satisfied with it. Some may say this, then perhaps they don't understand what yoga means. If they had properly understood what yoga means and knew properly what yoga practice is, then I think no one would say that he or she is proficient in the practice of yoga. What should we do? Since Baba has been warning us again and again, and this is for our own benefit, this is very essential. First and foremost, we have to be yogi. The Gita also again and again talks of yoga. Tasmad yogi bhava Arjuna. O Arjuna, become yogi. So, how should we be able to fill up the gap and come to the mark? Be yogis, as Baba wants us to be. One of the problems is because before you try to apply your solution, you have first of all to identify the cause of the problem. Unless and until you are able to identify the cause, you will not perhaps be able to solve your problem well and satisfactorily. What is the problem? Let us first of all understand. One of the problems is that life after life we have been body conscious. This has given us a wrong practice. This has formed into a hard habit. Now, in order to give up this habit and to be soul conscious is a difficult task. If we had not been body conscious and if we were just to learn soul consciousness, that would be very easy. They say a lady took her daughter to a dancing expert and requested him to teach classical dance to her daughter. And while she was saying this, she also said she knows something about dancing. She has been dancing. She has learned a little bit. Now you have to train her further. She thought that she is perhaps telling some of her daughter's qualifications, perhaps recommending. On the other hand, the dancer said, oh, it's very difficult. If she had not learned dancing, it would have been easy. Now she would have to unlearn what she has learned and then learn what I will teach her. So it is a difficult task for me. Similarly, in this case, one of the difficulties is that we have learnt wrong thing. And in order to forget this, lot of practice is required. Baba says that for 63 lives you have been body conscious. Now, does it mean that we will now first of all require 63 lives to unlearn it and then begin to learn it? We don't have that much of time, nor is it possible. So, how to tackle this problem? Let us identify first of all the problems before us. There should be some effective method whereby we can eradicate our hard habit of being body conscious, and instead of it, in place of it, to be soul conscious. This is one. The second thing is that the nature of the mind is such that mind can think of only one thing at a time. The soul is infinitesimal. The mind is also so. Mind is very, 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 very small, infinitesimal. But the thought which comes out of it may be miles long. It may be very, very long. You see, it may cover the whole earth. Yesterday or a day before, an English lady passed away. She died at the age of about 90 or so. So was it reported in the newspapers. She had written about 200 and some books, you see, during her lifetime. So many books. So from that tiny soul, how many thoughts had come, you see, which occupied the space of so many books, you see. So the thoughts which come from our mind are very lengthy. Always we are thinking. Never does our mind stop. That is a problem. It will always go on thinking. Even when a person is sleeping and he does not think consciously, yet he is dreaming. You see. About half or two-thirds of the time of a person during the sleep is consumed by dreams. And as you know, some people have daydreams also. So, thoughts are always there. The soul is conscious and there are thoughts. Now, how are you going to stop those thoughts which belong to the material, the gross, and instead of those thoughts, have thoughts of the transcendental, of soul, of the supreme soul, of soul world, of karmati stage, such like thoughts, which are totally new to you. You are not accustomed to this. This is your first exposure to this. Life after life, on the other hand, you have been thinking of other things, gross material things. So also in this life from your very birth, you have been doing it. Now, to stop the mind from that direction and ask it, control it, to take an altogether different route, different direction, is a hard task. This again is a problem. Look how many problems you have to tackle. This is another problem. Now, there can be others. Instead of discussing all of them, let us first of all take these two because they are the most prominent problems. And it is generally they which confront us. If we have cleared our path of them, then more than half the battle is over. We have already won the race. Then no one can stop us. There is definite sign that we will become good yogis. Now, in order to counter these, Baba has been giving us so many solutions to solve these problems. One of these has been, first of all, Baba has been saying, beloved children, my dear children, you become constant yogi. When you have constant thought of soul, naturally no other thought will enter. Because in order to push out the thought from your mind, thought is the only solution. Just as a nail is required to draw a nail out, similarly a thought is required to draw a thought out. So the first thing he has been suggesting is to be constant yogi. How can we be constant yogi? That is the problem. We can't even be yogi for a few minutes. And Baba asks us to be constant yogis. But that is the ideal which he sets before us. We say, Baba, we have been trying. We fail again and again. We get frustrated, disappointed that we are not able to fulfill your what you want, expect of us. Then what should we do? Baba says, okay, if you can't be constant yogi, can you practice yoga for 8 hours? Because a day has 24 hours. And let us suppose that out of those 24 hours, you spend about 8. Actually, we spend less on sleep. Then another 6 or 7 or 8 for worldly things. The duty hours are also according to labor laws of the United Nations, ILO, International Labour Organization. A person should work only for 8 hours. You cannot keep him in employment for more than that. Otherwise you have to pay, and that can also be exceptional. So where are the rest 8 hours? 24 hours minus 8 hours minus 8 hours. That means still 8 hours are left. Alright, if you can't be constant yogi, can you be yogi for 8 hours? Baba, no, it's very difficult to be yogi for 8 hours. Baba says, then how can you how can you wash your soul off the karmic account which is settled on your soul? After all, you have to work hard. Otherwise, this karmic account collected over 63 lives, how will you be free from it? You have to do this. But we find it very difficult. It's not possible for us. Why? Because our thoughts go on. Never does our mind stop, as they said. Other things in the world may stop. Mind never stops. This is such a thing which is ticking all the time. Tick, 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 tick. Like a clock in your room. That may also stop when the battery is finished. But its battery never finishes. The battery of mind. It goes on ticking, you see. So what to do? Then Baba makes it so easy. Okay, children. He thinks that we are such souls who perhaps do not want to get a good place in Golden Age. Perhaps also in the middle of Golden Age. Okay then. If you can't be constant yogi, if you can't practice yoga for 8 hours, can you practice yoga for a minute, for 5 minutes, or to a couple of minutes every hour, if you can do that? There is a secret behind it. Because if we practice yoga even for a couple of minutes every hour, then we gain momentum and our speed of yoga becomes strong. It gets some root at least. And gradually we pick up the speed, gear up, and then we are able to attain that stage. Visibly, outwardly, it seems that it is easy. We have just to practice it for a few minutes. But when you begin to practice few minutes, if you are successful in it, then you will be successful ultimately in achieving your goal. But we don't practice even those couple of minutes. That is a pity. That is the greatest folly. Let's think about ourselves. What kind of people are we? They say in Hindi, भाई किस धातु का बना हुआ है ये आदमी? What metal are we made of? You see, because he says it for our own benefit, and we know how much we will gain if we practice it, and still we don't practice it. Times out of number, he reminds us to do this, but still we don't do that. So how to do that? Why we forget it? Even though we want to do it, yet we cannot do it. What is the reason? What is the hurdle? How to overcome this? How to overcome this? Now, one of the ways Baba has been suggesting, which is very interesting and very easy also, is that mind thinks of only one thing at a time. There is no doubt about it. Mind is atomic, subatomic, you can say, as a matter of fact. But you can associate it with transcendental things. Take for example, when you get up from the class, you go towards your car. This is car. The body is also car. The soul is the driver. You associate your thoughts this way. That makes it possible. And where do you want to go? To my house, to my home. Yes, this is the home of the body, but soul world is the home of the souls. You see, if you just try to have this kind of a habit, divine habit, rechannelizing your thoughts, transforming them, changing their channel from this to that, then it may be possible. When you see someone, he is a friend of mine. God is the real friend. You think of him as a friend, you see. So always try to associate your thoughts with the transcendental in this way. I am walking, I can walk over. It is a small distance from this place. I don't require the car. I will walk over this distance. Walking. I will walk over. Transform this into the transcendental. How you will change it into walk over. Walking, talking, eating, writing, whatever you do, you will find there is something which is transcendental, parallel to it, and you can rechannelize it. If we can do that, if we form that practice, then it may be possible. Here is a clock before me. And what is the time now in the world clock? You see, if I think of it also in connection with this, what is the time in the world clock? Which means the world wheel, Srishti Chakra, which is world wheel. So on and so forth. This is one of the ways which can help us. There can be other ways. We'll talk about them later. So if we don't adopt these ways and rechannelize our thoughts, then it may be very, very difficult. We'll take it up later, further of it. Thank you. Om Shanti.